How Indiana can pull off one of the greatest stories in sports history before Indiana takes the field in Friday night's college football playoff semifinal against Oregon. It is important to take a step back. It is easy to forget because number one is beside their name and a Heisman winner is under center, with Fernando Mendoza now projected to be the top pick in April's NFL draft. But the Hoosiers' position as national championship favorite ranks among the most surreal scenarios in the history of American sports. Imagine if Rutgers were in the same spot, if Aaron Glenn's Jets were planning a Super Bowl parade, if the Nets were on the verge of an NBA title. Before 2024, Indiana, a program founded in the 1880s, never had one double-digit games in a season, having finished with a losing record in 26 of the previous 29 years. In 2023, the Hoosiers went 1-8 in the Big Ten, and their only other win over an FBS team came in a 4-overtime home game against Akron. What happens Friday night will be recorded in box scores, highlight packages, and championship histories. But the meaning of Indiana's season is already larger than any final score. For generations, college football has told a very specific story about who matters. Certain schools are allowed to dream big. Others are expected to fill schedules, collect checks, and occasionally play spoiler. Indiana has lived on the wrong side of that divide for more than a century. Not because of one bad decision or one failed era, but because momentum in college football tends to compound in only one direction. This season interrupted that cycle. Indiana did not borrow relevance. They built it. They did not sneak into contention through chaos. They earned their place through consistency, preparation, and a refusal to accept the limits history tried to impose on them. That distinction matters because it reframes what this run represents. It is not a lucky exception. It is proof of concept. If Indiana wins the national championship, it will not simply be the greatest season in program history. It will stand as one of the most consequential seasons the sport has ever seen. It will force uncomfortable conversations in athletic departments that have long hidden behind tradition and excuses. It will embolden fan bases who were told to lower expectations. It will remind everyone that structural disadvantage is not destiny. Even if the story ends short of a title, the ripple effects will last. Recruiting conversations will change. Transfer portal perceptions will shift. Coaching candidates will look at places like Indiana differently. The idea of what is possible will widen, just enough to matter. That is the true weight of this moment. Indiana is not just playing for a trophy. They are playing for a redefinition of access in college football, for the belief that patience, clarity, and conviction can still disrupt a sport increasingly shaped by money and inertia. Friday night is not about perfection. It is about validation. And regardless of the outcome, Indiana has already delivered something rare in modern sports. A reminder that history is not a ceiling, that narratives can still be rewritten, and that sometimes the most powerful stories are the ones nobody was supposed to tell at all.